In today's video, I'm going to be showing you all sorts of spell combos that you can learn today. Now, it's not only the typical meta spell combos, but it's a bunch of spell combos that I've learned that I thought were pretty cool and I want to share with you guys. So without further ado, let's begin. With the warrior combos, we have dual gravity leap. Now, dual gravity leap is actually a pretty common combo, and while just using them, use one consecutive to another, which can gain you a lot of momentum and a lot of more speed. This also is faster than Enhanced Inner Rage or Enhanced Inner Focus. It can help you go more, but it is not as effective in damage, but it is really good against mobs when it comes to Abyssal Void. This is a bit of a gameplay when it comes to using Gravity Leap on a dungeon. Alright, the next mage combo is double Unstable Warp. Now, this Unstable Warp is the mage legendary. Now, this one isn't as much viable, but honestly, this is the best spell when it comes to mobility. If we go ahead and compare right here, we can see that Unstable Warp is faster than Gravity Leap. This is honestly I think it's a little bit underrated, even though it doesn't do that much damage. Let's go ahead and move on to the next combo after some gameplay of this set. The next combo is Enhanced Inner Rage and Gravity Leap. Now for this one is more of an uncommon one, but basically you go ahead and use inner and then you dash through. And if you want to be a little more technical with it, because it's the basic version, you can use inner, use it to dodge as much as you want, and when it's down to 2 seconds, you're going to go ahead and dash immediately. Meaning you'll get both the speed of the dash and the speed of the inner, so you can practically have infinite amount of speed, but this requires a lot of timing. You need to know when to use it correctly. So you gotta be very careful for this one, and this is how the combo looks on a dungeon. Let's go ahead and move on to the next combo. Alright, the next combo right here we have is Enhanced Inner Focus and Warp. Now I'm not sure if you guys can see the Enhanced Inner Focus right here, but you can actually combo this pretty well with the Warp. If you manage to use the Enhanced Inner Focus the same way as the Gravity Leap, you can go ahead and use the same combo to have an infinite amount of speed, but it requires a bit of timing. Now, I'm not sure how viable this is. It's probably not viable at all, but honestly would be an interesting thing for mobility and something that you can do if you do not have 2 unstable warps. This is what happens if you use it on a dungeon. Let's go ahead and move on to the next combo. Alright, the next combo we have here is Mighty Cleave and Gravity Leap. Now for this combo, it's honestly like more of a jump and do damage to the mobs. It's not really that good for speed, but it's really good for damage, I'd say. So what you're going to do is you're going to charge your leap, have it charged, and once you're ready to leap on your enemy, you go ahead and use the leap, and as soon as you jump, that auto attack is going to go off immediately. So you'll have a bit of the leap speed, but you won't be able to maintain speed. But if you're a person who uses Cleave a lot and not a big fan of Enhanced Inner Rage or how to use the combo between it, you can also use this one, which is honestly a thing that I've seen a couple of people use, but not that many. Here's how it looks on doing it on a dungeon. Let's go ahead and move on to the next combo. Alright, the next combo we have here is the classic for mages. Now it's Enhanced Inner Focus and then using Sacrificial Orbs. Now I can't show Enhanced Inner Focus, it's not loading up for me, but pretend that Sacrificial and Enhanced Inner Focus is used. Something you can do, a little special combo here, is use Enhanced Inner Focus as soon as Sacrificial Orbs is fully charged. So you can go ahead and use it, and as soon as that inner goes, you can combo those speed right after so you can be able to dodge. Here's how you use it on a dungeon and being done on a dungeon. Let's go ahead and move on to the next combo. Alright, the next combo right here is Gravity Leap and Shadow Strike. Now this is a combo for insane. Now this one is not that practical, but you go ahead and just jump in and you immediately use those Shadow Strikes. Then you go ahead and keep those punches. And if you want to go ahead and keep the speed, you can go ahead and get the little speed right here, and then once your speed runs out, you use the Shadow Strike, and by the time the speed of the Shadow Strike is gone, you can use Gravity Leap and basically have an endless cycle between it. Honestly, I feel like this is a little underrated, even though, well, the fact that people don't use it for obvious reasons. Here's how it is on a dungeon, and let's go ahead and look on the next combo. And the next combo, we have Enhanced Inner Focus and Void Flames. Now something really cool with this combo is that you have practically infinite range. Now if we have the player walk close, use Void Flames, and then immediately run, as soon as that first fireball makes contact, every single fireball will hit a target, regardless how far away you are. Also, I recommend you use Enhanced Inner Focus after Void Flames in a really quick timing. Honestly, this makes you secure that the fact that Enhanced Inner Focus will have effect. Here's how it is on a dungeon. And let's go ahead and move on to the next combo. Now the next warrior combo we have here is Mighty Cleave and Shatter Strike. Now this one's a real interesting one. This one I didn't expect. This one doesn't give much speed like the legendary spells, but what you do here is once you have it charged, you use it and then you activate it at the same time. So instead of letting go of Q, what you're going to do is you're going to press E, which is automatically going to let go of the spell, and use them both at the same time, dealing a ton of burst damage. This can be a really good spell for burst damage because you can't do this with 2 Mighty Cleaves. And since that is technically the best spell for damage, well besides the legendary spell, honestly it could be pretty viable. This is how it's used on a dungeon. And let's move on to the next combo. Alright, if you want as much burst damage for mage, what you're going to use is Sacrificial Orbs and Void Flames. Now, what you're going to go ahead and do is charge your Sacrificial Orbs and press the E or the other button for Void Flames at the same time. Therefore, dropping both of the spells at the same time and costing a ton of burst damage. Once again, this can actually be a surprising factor or something burst you can do, since it has 2 different spells going at once. Now this is how you use this combo on a dungeon. And let's move on to the next combo. Alright, if you are basically starting, this is the preferably combo that you probably used if you're on Insane. But honestly, it's kind of forgetful. Basically, you just use Enhanced Inner Rage and use the attack. Just like typicalness on basically dungeons like Yokai Peak or nothing like this, but it's still a combo nonetheless. But you got, this isn't a spell that you can use Inner after. I'm spamming the Q button, yet it's not activating until after the spell ends. So make sure to activate your punch attack first and then Inner. Now this is how you use it on a dungeon. And let's move on to the next combo. Alright, for this mage one, we have Unstable Warp and Void Flames. Now for this combo, since you guys remember that Void Flames basically has infinite range as long as that first fireball hits, you can use that Unstable Warp to get away as far as actually possible. Honestly, this can be a pretty good combo to go ahead and get away from enemies if played right. But you need to learn how to time the double warp between the Void Forms. You gotta activate them pretty fast. Now this is how you use it on a dungeon. And let's move on to the next combo. And for the last warrior combo, we have the Mighty Cleave and Enhanced Inner Rage. Now this is the classic damage one that you can use on the 3rd boss or the 4th boss. Now you can go ahead and just use it. Make sure to charge your attack. Now you can use Inner first and then charge it. But by then, the charge attack will be a lot lower, and then you're going to have to wait a long while. So which I find better is you charge it full and then use Inner. And so while it spins, your Enhanced Inner Rage will recharge approximately at the same time. So honestly, it benefits more if you charge it full. So that's how you're supposed to use it. Now here is how you use it on the dungeon. And let's move on to the final mage combo. Alright, for the next combo is Unstable Warp and Sacrificial Orbs. Now for this combo, which it's pretty useful for a bunch of mobility, a bit more mobility than so-called of Enhanced Inner Focus, but it sacrifices a bit of the damages. But what you can do is actually move a lot more, and once you use that first teleport, that thing will automatically fire if the spell is prepared, which will actually be pretty nice. It will just immediately hit, and you guys can keep on teleporting, focusing you'll land on the right section, or the right place you're going to go. Now here is how you use it on a dungeon. And now, that is every single combo. Well, that is every single spell. Now, here's a small last comparison for Enhanced Inner Rage and Enhanced Inner Focus against the legendary spells in mobility. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. YouTube says you'll like this video. And waddle out, my friends.